Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I certainly hope you're having a fine day. Now, right off the bat here, what I'm doing is a very casual review. I'm not going to get down to really nitpicking this thing to death, or I'd be here for a month of Sundays, let me tell you. But the subject matter is this SmokTech X Cube 2. I'll kind of turn that a little bit so you can see the light inscription against this stainless steel. These come in stainless steel, black, and white, I do believe. Okay, right off the bat, ladies and gentlemen, the best thing to do, the very best thing, instead of listening to me, this is just show and tell. Seriously. Show and tell, listen to that. But go to SmokTech's website, click into their X Cube 2 link, and start reading, because there you're going to get the firmware upgrade, and they've got a big ping file, believe it or not, that's their owner's manual. Will tell you all about this thing. You don't have to worry about me. I'm just kind of sitting here to show you, because there's no way I'm going to go through all these settings or any of this stuff, because this machine right here, this mod right here, is a button pusher's dream. It's 4.0 Bluetooth capable. There's apps available on Android for Android devices and iPhones and whatnot have you that will help you do the settings on this, or you can do them manually with the minus and plus buttons. You guys know how that goes. Okay, but right off the bat here in the show and tell program I got going on, there is the OLED screen, which is quite a bit bigger than, some of them I've seen. It's, what is this? It's 1 inch wide by 3/4 of an inch tall. Did I measure it? Yes, I did, with a set of calipers, as a matter of fact. Okay. As far as settings goes, ladies and gentlemen, this is temperature control. Okay, it goes everywhere. It goes from 200 degrees Fahrenheit to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. It's got variable wattage. I believe it's 6 watts up to 160 watts. Okay, this guy here maxes out at 160 watts, by the way. You've got 16 modes of memory, which is just basically wattage memory, okay? You can take and flip this display around here so it's reading upside down, or however you want to look at it. And you can set the time. It's got several prompts. It'll warn you if your battery's getting low, you got too high of a charge going, the unit's getting too hot, and on and on. Just read it for yourself. Several prompts, okay? Now, okay, here's something that needs to be talked about. Do you see this little trap door I just took off here? This is access to your 18650 batteries. 18650 lithium-ion batteries. And whatever you do, ladies and gentlemen, don't skimp on batteries. Buy good ones. Not these knockoffs or these $5 batteries. And I use LG H2s, and I've had pretty doggone good luck with them. And, they run about, $8-9 or something like that. They got smart technology supposedly built in them so they don't blow up. I don't know whether that's true or not, because I never had one blow up. But anyway, you got a magnet there, okay? This guy just boom, like that. I hope you've seen that. All right. Now on the bottom here, let me talk about this for a second. You see this bar right here, ladies and gentlemen? This whole entire bar is the firing button. It doesn't have a one little round button or a square button or anything. This whole miserable bar right here. When I first seen this, because I didn't realize that this thing was like this. I ordered this from Mist Hub. By the way, one of these things will cost you somewhere between $55 and $60, depending on your vendor and where you get it from and everything. I got this from Mist Hub for a $60 bill. But point being is, like I say, you got this bar here. Let me just take a hit off this thing. I need one anyway. But yeah, you know, you can turn it around like this and use your fingers and push down on the whole entire bar, but then your OLED screen would be back upside down, so it really doesn't matter, I guess, which way you do this. Okay, now, what else do I need to talk about? That right here, this little port right here, you see that a micro USB? Ladies and gentlemen, that is not for charging. I used to have an older SmokTech model, and that's the only way you could charge it, was via USB to mini USB. Well, this guy here uses replaceable, rechargeable batteries, and this is only to upgrade the firmware. And I upgraded the firmware on this last night, and I didn't quite I was in maybe just a little bit too big of a hurry. It's really, really easy, okay? But I doggone near screwed everything up, but thank God I didn't. You know, but if you go to SmokTech's website, the firmware upgrades there, you're gonna download this god-awful long-winded zip file, an archive file, and when you unzip it, there's 4 files in there, but there's only 2 of them that you need to pay any attention to, and I've got a laptop right here. There's a new micro ISB programming tool .exec. You need to run that first and make sure you run that right and do what you're supposed to, and then you just simply run the firmware version is 1.098, but you're going to run a .hex file. And, you know, if you do everything right, that .hex file, what it does is puts the data that the programming tool needs in there, and you're just, you know, it's just really boom, 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 boom. It looks real complicated when you read it on SmokTech's website, but I went ahead and upgraded the firmware in here just because I was a bored kid. No big deal. Okay, don't let that scare you. Okay, what else is there to talk about here? Oh yeah, okay, this thing right here, like I say, this is a button pusher's dream. It's got settings in there if you're using nickel wire coils, if you're using stainless steel. Well, there's another one. If you're using titanium, and then they got a setting that just says normal, and that's what I'm using because I use ceramic coils. Matter of fact, I've got this thing set on minute. You can even set the draw value. You know, if you want a light draw, hard draw. You no kidding. I know this stuff sounds kind of weird, but I've got this set on minimum draw at 35 watts because the Kangertech ceramic coils I use that's in this Pro Tank 4 here, they're 35 watts to 60 watts, okay? But I know a lot of folks do temperature control, but this thing, like I say, it's a dream for temperature control. Variable wattage, you know, the kind of coils you're using, and smartphone, and capable, and Bluetooth and all that other stuff. But there's another thing that just kills me about this thing. Is right here. See this? I mean, this is I guess I really shouldn't say this, but this is a weed smoker's dream or whatever, a drug addict's dream or whatever have you. I'm just kidding, okay? But this has got an LED bar in here, and yes, you can change that and configure it to anything you want to, but it lights up every time you hit this power, the power switch or the power bar here, you know? Like, I'll show you. Now, I might be what you want to call a toodle popper, ladies and gentlemen. I am not a cloud chaser, okay? I'm just not. I'm after smooth. That's why I use ceramic coils, but okay, to give you an idea, that's another thing too on my little Kangers I've been using, my mods. I was, you know, burning through a couple of batteries a day. Well, I've got no less than 200, I put this in service yesterday. I've got no less than 250 hits on this, and I'm down about 40%. I'm down 60% on my 2 batteries in here, okay? And I'm sitting at about 40%, so I figure that's pretty doggone good, you know. Plus a firmware upgrade, and plus me fiddling around with button heaven here, and you know, you got your plus and minus button are right there, and you know, all that kind of stuff. But if you just go to SmokTech's website, then I can get out of your hair. But that's what one of these jobbers looks like, and of course it's vented on the bottom there. And knowing me, I probably forgot something, but they've got good enough graphics on SmokTech's website where you really don't need to be watching this file. Am I recommending this? Hey, if you want all the bells and whistles and, you know, smartphone capable and blah, 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 temperature control and all that, and you're a button pusher, go for it. That's what I say. I realize that's not a very big hit there, but my tank is kind of low here, but I've got this set just as low as I possibly can for these ceramic coils I use, because that's the way I like it. I don't like anything raspy because eventually I plan on quitting vaping, and I already am down to just 3 milligrams on nicotine, and I'm probably even going to go lower than that. So anyway, so there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. But this is SmokTech's, you know, like I say, X Cube 2. And I do recommend it for people that like to play with gadgets. That's about all I can say. Thank you very much for watching the video, and don't smoke cigarettes. It's unhealthy.